Hello traders, Steve Ganz here. So today I'm going to do something a little interesting, and there will probably be sequels to this as well. I'm going to compare two trades side by side. In these two trades, we are going to be trading the same underlying SPY. We're going to cover essentially the same general range in the market, although that's going to vary a little bit, and you're going to see why. Both of these are going to be 10 days to expiration. So what am I going to compare? Well, these are income trades, what I call theta positive, delta neutral trades, the goal of which is to put on a trade, wait for the market to just sort of percolate under those tents, and bleed theta into my account, daily income into my account. So I want to look at two different structures and the pros and cons of each. So the first structure I'm going to look at here is an iron butterfly. Iron butterfly is a fairly common trade that many traders will trade for income purposes. This is a standard flat fly, as I call it, where the wings are equal on both sides, and we're basically selling a put spread on one side and selling a call spread on the other side. That gives us this particular pyramid-shaped structure of an iron butterfly. Now, that's a good trade, interesting trade, fairly common trade that traders will make looking to capture income. What we want to have happen as a trader is we're looking essentially to have the days to expiration here advance, and as those advance, we experience what's called theta decay. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reset everything here back to current conditions. What I mean by that is this is what the trade looks like the day that I put it on. This is where volatility is right now. And this is the general trade structure. If I take a look at this, we can see I'm taking in $799 in credit. My max loss is around $200. My max potential profit is just under $800. And I have a 32% chance of profit. But I also want to look at the break-evens here. These break-evens are roughly 15 points wide. Now, this is a really good structure. It's a very common structure that lots and lots of people have and continue to trade for income. Let me show you what I consider to be a better way. What I mean by that is I spent a significant amount of time back in 2024 using AI and testing a new trade concept that I call the Flyagonal. Now, there are three different variations of the Flyagonal currently in use, and this is the core variation. I've talked about this in the channel before, but let me show you results of this trade since August of last year. You'll see those on the screen here. It has performed incredibly well with over a 90% win rate and phenomenal returns. Now, I've traded butterflies for years. I've traded condors for years before I developed this trade. And those were decent trades, and I could generate income out of those. Now, this trade generates income faster, and it's because of what I call the theta bomb. So the theta bomb comes from literally overlapping two different structures. But you notice that overlapping those two different structures does not increase my max loss. My max loss is actually a little bit less. I am taking in a little bit less credit on this trade. My max profit is a little bit less, but again, I am not shooting for that max profit. That max profit is a number that I would have to exactly pin the peak of my tent on expiration in order to achieve max profit. That's never my goal with these. My goal with these trades is to let theta decay happen, get myself to a 10, 15% target or so, and then pull the plug, move on to the next one. So comparing these two trades, we'll see that over here, I have a 31% chance of profit. Here I have a 44% chance of profit. Remember, over here I had roughly 15 points wide. Over here, it looks like I've got about 23 points wide. So I have a much wider overall structure that I'm starting with in this trade as well. Now, I want to look at the next aspect of these trades, which is the Greeks. So let's just take a look at our Greeks on here, and we're going to see some interesting things. First of all, we're largely delta neutral in both of these. I don't consider being slightly negative or slightly positive delta a big thing one way or the other. If we look at theta decay here, we've got more theta decay on the Flyagonal. That's because of that theta bomb concept, where we've overlapped two trades so that in this general sweet spot zone here, we've got two separate trades that are decaying in our favor, giving us more and faster theta decay, allowing us to be in the trade for a lesser amount of time hitting our profit targets. That's a key aspect of this trade. And doing that, we did not add in any additional risk. If you remember, our overall max risk in the trade was less in the Flyagonal. Now, here's a really key point that we need to understand here. The Flyagonal is vega positive. The butterfly is vega negative. So what does that mean in real life if I'm trading this trade? Well, let me widen this back out here a little bit for you. And let's just say that we're in this trade and our market starts to drop. Let's look at what that does to the butterfly trade. This starts to lose money. If our volatility spikes up to just, let's say, 25%, even though we're right in the center of the tent, this trade is now down. You'll also notice that our break-evens didn't change. Our break-evens are still here at 725 and 741, roughly about 15 points wide or so. Let me do the same here on the Flyagonal trade. On the Flyagonal trade, if we get that implied volatility increase, we'll take this up to about the same 25 range here. A number of things happen. Look at what happened to our profitability. Profitability in the trade actually increased. Where over on the left side with the butterfly, it decreased. Now that in itself is awesome, and that is a function of the whole positive vega aspect of this trade. But I want you to see one other very key thing. What happened to our break-evens? Well, our break-evens went so wide, they're not even showing up here anymore. Let's go back and pull in the break-even side of this equation so that we can see what that looks like. It shows us here our break-evens are almost 40 points wide. So the break-evens expanded. Now I want to be clear, this does not happen every single time on a Flyagonal. Anytime you have a time spread, it is a very unique structure. And this is a time spread right here, this put diagonal. And exactly how that's going to react depends on how the shorter dated option spikes in volatility against the back dated option. Modeling software assumes they're both going to change the same. They may or may not in reality, but the fact still remains that that downside structure being vega positive usually adds a very good sense of that expansion into this trade when our markets start to move down. So in a certain way, this trade is somewhat self-adjusting. In other words, our markets move down big, volatility spikes up, our tent widens out, profitability comes in. I can exit this trade quicker and faster now, capturing my profit target. So that really should give you a good sense of the two aspects of this trade and why, since I essentially put this trade together back in August of 2024, started trading it live in 2025, that is why this is now my go-to trade. I trade one of the three variations of this trade pretty much all the time. This is all the trading that I do now. One thing you'll notice also, it does have 6 different legs in it, where over here in our butterfly, we have 4 legs. So that does create a little bit more complexity from a standpoint of entering the trade. Brokers don't take 5 or 6-legged trades, so this has to be broken up into the 2 separate components for entry. I enter the butterfly and I enter the diagonal separately. And then they form this particular tent structure that we see here, and it largely reacts as I've just demonstrated to you. So if you want to know a little more about it, I've shared it in this channel before, but watch this next video and you'll get more specific details on the base Flyagonal trade. I hope you found this interesting, and I'll do another one here in about a week or so, so stay tuned.